Every year, these streets are filled with people waiting to get a taste of chili. This year's Chili Night was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but the community still has another option. So now once you're here, they're going to bring you to this tent over here where you'll be screened. Your temperature will be taken and they'll see if you have any respiratory symptoms like a cough. If you do not have both of those things, you will not be tested. Riley Natalie Cochran entered a plea agreement with prosecuting attorneys, but as Mike Stewart said, she did not get off scot-free. But I'm going to use this paint right here to show you how thoroughly you should be washing your hands. So I'm going to put as much in as you would think you would need to cover both hands, and then I'm going to scrub it like everyone else does. And he said that they want to stand in solidarity with those healthcare workers, and even a fire truck had to leave while we were standing here to go tend to a fire, and they just got back just so they can say hi and give support to those healthcare workers in our community. And since we've been standing here, the water behind me has really gone down significantly, so hopefully some of those roads are seeing some clear as well. Poll workers were able to count those and get them out to candidates. Now, there were about 30,000 people who voted in Fayette County, so a great turnout for them. This September's grand jury is very different than past ones, but Kristen Keller says they have a plan to keep everyone safe. Take a look. If someone is wearing a mask and say maybe some sunglasses and changes up their look even just a bit, it can be hard to identify them. CPS arrived on scene and noticed trash flooding outside the homes consisting of soiled food and dirty diapers. Custodians are required to clean the classroom 2 to 3 times a day. If I was an officer getting ready to deploy this, I would yell bola, bola, bola and aim for their legs. And now the person's restrained. James Meadows and his family tested positive for COVID-19. His son got the worst of it and was placed on a ventilator, fighting for his life. But he was saved after having a COVID-19 convalescent plasma treatment.
He's on his way to recovery. Without the plasma, he wouldn't be there where he's at today. He would probably be gone.
After Meadows recovered himself, he set out to donate his plasma.
Maybe I can help somebody.
Especially since there is currently a shortage of this specific plasma.
There's not that many people, I don't think, that are positive enough that donate that you would actually have enough volume to fill the number of cases that might be in need.
But when Meadows called the Red Cross to donate, he was told he would have to travel to Blacksburg, Virginia. A Red Cross representative confirmed there are no places in West Virginia to donate plasma.
One of the things I was told is there's not enough donors in West Virginia. Well, here stands one.
The Red Cross started to test anyone who donates blood for COVID-19 antibodies. If they test positive, the Red Cross contacts them to ask them to donate their plasma. But for a Beckley resident like Meadows, that's an hour-and-a-half drive, crossing state lines. Now, Meadows is turning to the government for help and asks other recovering COVID-19 patients to do the same.
Call Jim Justice's office and ask him why there's nowhere we can go and donate our plasma.
And hopefully they can save some lives. Reporting in Raleigh County, Paris Dunford, 59 News. Foreign language teacher, school counselor, electrician, weightlifting coach. The list goes on. These are just a few examples of the positions to be filled in the Mercer County school system. About 50 positions are vacant as students head back to school. Mercer County School Superintendent Deborah Akers attributes the vacancies to people choosing different career paths.
Because there aren't as many people going into education.
It's an issue they've struggled with for years, and now the COVID-19 pandemic is only making it worse.
Due to health concerns or restrictions, they're not able to be in the classroom this year. We have some of our substitutes that are not working as regularly as they have in the past. A lot of our substitutes are retired teachers.
Some teachers can't be in the classroom due to health concerns, and Akers has trouble recruiting more people to fill the positions because of the fear of COVID-19 exposure. Currently, substitute teachers are in front of kids in the classrooms with their vacant positions.
5202 substitute, which is an individual if they have a 4-year degree and they can go through a training program and then they can become a substitute.
But those teachers can't be hired because they aren't certified. Akers believes a legislation change could attract more people to a career in education.
Teachers have so much of an impact on our future, and being able to have benefits and salaries to the level that it attracts people to go into that as a career is something that is not where it needs to be, and it needs to be addressed.
And if someone is interested in applying for these open positions?
Well, you have to love kids.
Reporting in Mercer County, Paris Dunford, 59 News. Firefighters were battling heat exhaustion yesterday. The heat of those flames and the 90-degree day really wore them down. Take a look. A fire started just after 4 in the evening Tuesday. One after another, local fire departments were dispatched to the scene.
When the first crews arrived on scene, they were battling the blaze. They got exhausted. They got overheated. They had to set it out, at which point you can't just let the fire burn. We had to have other firefighters standing by.
A total of 14 fire departments helped put out those flames. Not only were they fighting fire, they were also fighting the heat of the 90-degree day.
You can have internal temperatures of firefighters up to 104 degrees.
JanCare Ambulance alone had 10 ambulances on scene. They were providing aid to the firefighters who hiked up hills in their heavy gear before fighting the flames.
Several firefighters had already kind of fallen out from the heat, and they were being treated as I made it up the hill.
Their main concern, heat exhaustion.
Confusion, nausea, vomiting, syncope, and it also makes these firefighters more prone to cardiac events.
And their concerns were valid. 7 firefighters were transported to local hospitals due to heat-related illnesses. They set up a triage building to assess all the first responders there.
They need a place to cool down, rehydrate with fluids. Some may need IVs.
Battling more than just the blaze. And the firefighters that were transported are expected to make a full recovery, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation.